Wow, wow, wow. What a second half. Welcome back to Matchday Live. You're still seeing live pictures there of the players on the pitch. Round of applause for them all. What an incredible half. World-class goals, world-class defending, world-class commentary from Alistair Mann on the Manchester City app. We were very, very much enjoying that in the studio. It's really, really helped add to the day as well. So big thank you to Alistair. But just wow, my heart rate is racing, David. What a second half.
That was crazy. And you talk about the commentary there. I mean, I think everyone felt the same way as the commentary. It was Liverpool win, draw, possibly Man City win, Liverpool win, draw, possibly Man City win. It was just an absolute roller coaster. What a game.
It was just non-stop. Obviously, we dominated the first half. We talked about that at half-time. And then the second half has just been a roller coaster. So Liverpool score, we score. Liverpool score, we score. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm calmer now. It's over, obviously. Like Gemma said, we knew they were going to come out second half and have a spell. But them to score earlier, I was still confident we'd get back into it. When they scored the second, I was thinking, I'm not so sure. And then Kevin De Bruyne stepped up. He wasn't, let's be honest, he wasn't having his best game, but important moments, top players produce important moments.
Yeah, and it was just absolutely end-to-end until the very last second where even with 1 minute to go, I thought that we could have scored and just unbelievable. So the second half started with Liverpool scoring, Mane making it 1-0. At that point, I was a little bit deflated because we'd been totally on top.
Yeah, I think that was their first opportunity. We spoke about Edison not having to make a save, and then he goes through and he's not able to make it. So that was disappointing, but character from the players. Phil Foden, I thought, was the best player on the pitch. First half, exceptional performance, contribution, and then the second half, quieter in the overall performance, but his take and his finish, ridiculous.
Yeah, so Liverpool went ahead and then City came back to make it 1-1 with a little bit of magic from this man's favourite player. What did you make of the goal, David?
Yeah, Phil's best player, isn't he? What are you saying that for? No. I actually popped out. I have seen the goal now. I have to be honest to everyone watching. I popped out
I didn't want to throw you under the bus
for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw you under the bus, mate.
Yeah, the tight position, tight angle. Chung Min, I can't remember his name now, from Wolves. Yeah, 2 goals he scored yesterday were very similar. Tight angle. Defender, I think that's what's thrown Alisson with regards to the goalie not making the dive. But if anyone was going to score a crucial goal today after that first half performance, it was always going to be Phil.
I apologise. I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus.
Leaving the room,
because I know
he's in the toilet. Don't do that again.
Yeah, we're City fans. We don't never to leave. But I came to you because obviously of how much praise you were giving Phil Foden, and the praise was warranted there. Incredible performance of him. But then, so it's 1-1, and then it goes to 2-1 to Liverpool. And sometimes you just have to sit back and admire world-class performances from players that are not your own. And what an incredible goal from Salah.
Yeah, we've seen his contribution in the first goal, Cancelo diving in, but then the second goal was all his own work, just skipping past tackles, anticipating the movement of defenders, and then the finish on his right foot. I think that was surprising as well. I don't think Edison was expecting him to go for goal, maybe a cross goal, but the fact that he just fired it in, similar to Phil's finish, but just a little bit higher.
And at that point, I'm thinking, world-class goal today, world-class goal, 2 world-class goals against us on Tuesday. We are playing incredible, but sometimes you just cannot do anything against Lionel Messi, against Mohamed Salah.
Well, I mean, the one thing I would say if I'm a defender or a coach looking at that, even the Messi goal, Cancelo has a long-range shot which gets deflected, and then Messi's allowed to be at the end of a swift counter-attack. As Joleon mentioned there, the first goal from Mane, Cancelo, we didn't even dive in. I'm not quite sure what that type of defending was, but he dives in against Salah to try and nick the ball. Salah managed to roll him. Then there's some great touches. And I love Edison, and you know this. And one of the things I feel for him is when he gets exposed like that, because there's nothing he can do. As Joleon said, when Salah's hitting that shot, you kind of not expecting it. First of all, it's on his right foot. The fact that he gets such a clean contact on it, and fortunately, Kevin De Bruyne decided to shoot and get us the equaliser.
Now, before the Salah goal, I do want to mention that in the build-up to that goal, there was a throw-in that involved James Milner. Before that point, James Milner had a yellow card, and then there is a moment in the second half that not even the most biased Liverpool fan could surely think
it's not even
that
biased.
was not
Liverpool, Millie's my boy, like friends still speak to him, but yeah, that should have been a second yellow. I don't know if the foul was given for what Henderson's contribution, so that's the only thing I can think about, because if it's for Milner's foul, then he's got to go off because it's the second booking.
If you've not seen it, just wait till you get the highlights later on the City app, because it is his leg is just out there. He just blatantly, absolutely trips him up. But thankfully, it didn't cost us totally, because we did come back and get that second goal. As David said, Kevin De Bruyne comes up with that equaliser to make it 2-2.
I think we missed out a point there, haven't we?
Oh, which one?
Rodri's tackle of the century.
Wasn't that after?
Wasn't that at 2-1?
That was after.
Oh, was it after? Everything happened so
we wouldn't forget the tackle of the century.
I've still left my lunch at the top of the roller coaster.
When you come back from the toilet, J-Lo.
Kevin, yeah. I mean, and again, I suppose when you talk about thin margins, it's like Cancelo diving in gives Mo Salah the chance to do some magic. Kevin De Bruyne hits a shot, could have gone in, could have been saved, but a slight deflection was what was needed.
A little shout out for Raheem, because he stayed down. I think if he tries to get up, he's offside, and then it doesn't count. So yeah, a little shout out for Raheem.
Everything involved in that. I mean, it was, but it was over the 90 minutes. It was just reward, I think.
Yeah,
because Man City were, I think, the better team over 90 minutes, but they had to be the better team to come back from 2 goals or two times down.
Yeah, the character, I think it must show as well, to come back from that and to keep fighting. And now I do want to talk about the tackle of the century.
It's the 21st century, by the way. Not every century.
Well, we started to discuss, that was Ali Mann's quote during the commentary, and we started to have a discussion. Is it the best of the last 21 years, or is it the best of 100 years? We'll have to ask Ali if you'll clarify for us.
It's one of the most important. I reckon it's going to be the most important this season, because it's a tap-in. Fabinho, good touch, and then probably just relaxes because he thinks it's an open goal, but top defensive-minded players react the same way a striker would react when they're getting a chance, and that is the perfect example of it's not over. There's an opportunity. I'm just going to throw my body in line, and what a great block.
It is, as a fan, one of my absolute favourite things to watch is a defender or a player making a tackle that was like an open. So that exact moment is one of my most favourite things in football, because it is like a goal. He saved us. I loved it.
I'm going to chuck one in there.
Okay.
Sun Ji-Hai against Fulham. When I ended up going to get an equaliser, we were losing 1-0. Fulham ran down the other end, and Sun Ji-Hai did a goal line clearance to save my blushes. And in this one, Edison's gone for the cross, didn't actually try and catch it. The ball drops down. Fabinho shot. I don't think he could have done anything else. And then Rodri had come across.
How important was the Sun Ji-Hai tackle for the season? Big.
We didn't go down, although we lost 1-0. But anyway, but I think that when you talk about how great these tackles are, Edison must have been thinking for a moment there, I have just not done something to stop us from conceding. And it's, as I say, Fabinho's shot, he did everything right. Even we were thinking, that's another goal. And then, wow, that leg just extends. Go gadget leg. That was superb.
And I'll throw into the mix John Stones on the line against Liverpool. When was that? Was that
1999? That was last century.
You remember that one?
Yeah, there's been a few. Kyle Walker, was it Charity Shield, FA Cup, when he cleared one off the line as well?
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a few, but no, this season we'll give it Rodri.
Yes. I'd like to see that. Let's make a compilation, shall we, City TV, of the best goal line clearances of the last 21 years. But international breaks coming up. City TV have got nothing to do, so let's get onto that now. Yeah, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, by the way, now, because I'm sure they do have a lot to do. Now we're going to see now and hear from Philip Walter Foden, who scored the first goal today and had an absolute worldie of a game.
Phil, what a game. Did you have to get your breath after that?
Yeah, it's very difficult to come here with the fans. It's one of the most difficult grounds to come to, and I thought we dealt with it really well today.
What was the game like in terms of the way it seesawed? Who had the ascendancy? Who scored first? You came back twice.
Yeah, man, I had it all. It was end to end at times. It was such a brilliant game, and we're stuck in there to the end, and we're happy to get a draw, and another day we could have took the 3 points.
Were you disappointed not to go at half time ahead, given the amount of chances you had?
Yeah, especially me, I had a couple of chances myself. Kev had a header back post. It was quite disappointing not to go in at half time ahead, but we kept the momentum when we came out for the second half, and we digged in there.
You felt you should have had a foul or possibly a penalty in the first half, but was there even a stronger feeling amongst the City players that James Milner perhaps should have had a second card?
You know, I'm an honest guy. I don't like to go down when I get fouled. You know, I try to stay on my feet and be honest. You know, I'd like to see the refs, you know, reward a free kick or whatever it was, a penalty for that. But yeah, whatever it is, you know, it happens and it's football, and I thought we dealt with it well.
What does it say about City, though, coming back twice from behind today?
Yeah, it shows our character, you know. We've not won here a lot. And yeah, we showed our character when we went behind, just carried on playing our football. We didn't look bothered. And yeah, we played really well today.
Tell us about the goal. Did it need unerring accuracy? There was only a small gap for you.
Yeah, you know, there was a lot of room to put it across goal. But yeah, I thought I'd just put my laces through it and hope for the best. And yeah, I was happy to see it going back in the net.
Great stuff. Well done, Phil.
Thank you.
So that was the thoughts of Philip Foden after the game there speaking. And he's an honest guy. We know he's an honest guy. We know he's not going to ever fall to the floor unless he absolutely is.
I remember a home game last season. Who was it against? Was it against Fulham? When he kind of, the similar thing, he went past someone in the box and he like slid on his knees. And we were saying the same things of, go down, like be less honest and make a decision. Because I think he's trying to stay on his feet and then it shouldn't be, but it's harder for the refs then to see the outcome of it being a pen. But yeah, Phil is probably too honest in them circumstances.
I'd like it. I want him to stay honest, though. I don't want him to to feel like he's got to dive to win a penalty or to make more of it.
But you're right. I mean, that incident. I mean, obviously Milner being booked and then talking about with Bernardo Silva, but the incident that could have been, should have been a penalty. Whatever, the referee, I think then with Phil, the referee can give the foul, give the penalty and allow it to go VAR because it was that close to the line. It would have been understandable that he thought it might have been a penalty, because if it wasn't a penalty and was a foul, then James Milner gets sent off for being the last defender in a goal-scoring opportunity. Not that you want players to get sent off, especially Millie, because he's my best team of 11 combined.
And I also believe reputations supersede decisions made against people as well. 100%. I know I've played with players that's happened for and against, and I think we had an example of that in the week with Kevin's tackle. I think he's not an aggressive type of player, so there's no malice in him doing that. It's accidental, and I think similar today with Millie's tackles. The second one, I can't condone that. You know what I mean? But the one with Phil, I think he's genuinely tried to get back inside and he's clipped him. But I think the reputation of James Milner, the honest James Milner that everyone knows, I think that's helped him.
It's really fascinating. I'd love to sit and pick the brains of a referee one day and find out, you know,
don't want to meet
his reputation does play into our honest. Well, hopefully, honest Phil will start. His reputation will mean that he doesn't need to make the most of things. So we're going to have a look now at Cryptic City, the moment you've all been waiting for, the reason you've really tuned in. It's okay, we're happy with it. So this is where you get the pictures, you say what they are, you put them together, and you find the name of a former or a current Manchester City player. So before we give you the answer, I'm just going to let you know that Mr. Brightside, Steve in Lim, you got it right. Dave Buckley, you got it right. Cades County, you got it right as well. Right, David, would you like to talk us through the pictures?
Right, well, the first one I thought was originally waste, but then I couldn't think of any wastes. There was a couple of wastes of space, but a
couple of waste men.
Yeah, but the salad was a giveaway. This is definitely diet.
Diet. So what would the second one be then, Joleon?
I don't know.
Johnny Marr?
Yeah.
It's Johnny Marr? Yeah.
So
Diet. Marr.
Yeah. Marr. I wasn't the first name. That wasn't my strength. That was all J-Mo. So
okay, so J-Mo got the first name. You got
just no good for the surname, although...
Yeah. And then we converted pepper to pork to ham. And then the man silhouette at the end. So we went for Dieter Hamann.
Dieter Hamann is the right answer. Congratulations. Teamwork in the studio. I'm just getting in on this team now because I had absolutely no idea today. But do you know what? Somebody that very much did have an idea today and always has an idea is our manager, Pep Guardiola.
Pep, what a game. What's your assessment of everything you saw today?
Yeah, what a game. That is the reason why the last years Liverpool and Man City always were there, because they try to play in this way. Congratulations, of course, Liverpool, especially, of course, my players, staff, backroom staff, for this incredible week that we play against three incredible top teams and play fantastic way. And unfortunately, we could not win, but we didn't lose. So Anfield is always Anfield.
Or was it one of those games where, as you look at it, you think this could go either way here?
That's why the Premier League is the best. Yeah, what atmosphere. So, but what we have done the first 50, between the 50 and the 45 minutes, the last 30 minutes, the first half in Anfield was great, really great.
Was the only thing missing from your first half display finishing off a goal from the chances you had?
Like in Paris and even in Stamford Bridge, that we should have win for bigger margin, but in the same time, so what could I say? So we played 3 games, last 3 really well. So and yeah, we're there.
Also, you came back twice.
Yeah.
Talk about the quality of Phil Foden's goal.
Yeah, Phil is a special player, we know it. He came back from the national team injured, and unfortunately he's going back. So yeah, he's a fantastic player, you know that. But not just him, Bernardo, Rodri, Gabriel, and everyone were fantastic too.
You're all smiles now, but it's fair to say you were very unhappy with the referee's decision not to give James Milner a second card.
His yellow card.
Is there anything more you can say in that situation, or do you have to quickly just accept it and it's move on? But it's almost impossible because of the emotion.
His yellow card, so too much clear. So, but it's Anfield, it's Old Trafford. So in this situation, City now player is sent off, 100%. So understand. But even with that, with 1-2 over this situation, and 1-2, how become 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2. It's too much clear. So there are interpretations sometimes, but it was second yellow card.
Looking back at the game, do you think overall a draw is probably a fair result for both teams?
It's what it is. So result is result. We cannot change it. That it is not the problem. I know how difficult it is stadium. So. And these players and this manager, so I'm a big fan, admirer from Jurgen, and every time is an incredible challenge for us. And but especially the way we played in Stamford Bridge, the way we played in Paris, and today again 3 games show we are a great team. And normally, the way one team is a great team for the way they lose games, and when we lose in the way we play in Paris, and today. Okay, we didn't lose, but we draw is good. So just continue. Hopefully, I pray for that. The players can come back for the national teams safe, and because it's impossible, you know, being in Anfield that Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota don't create chances. So it's impossible. The last game to score 3 or 4 goals a game. The first half didn't have one chance. The second half, we knew it. We spoke to now it's going to be different. No expect the same game we play in the first half because they are at home and their momentum always Anfield is their momentum. We knew it, but how we react in every circumstances and suffering and do it was brilliant.
It was a fabulous game and fabulous entertainment. But we are getting reports of the problem between some of your backroom staff and the crowd that happened after I think the first goal. What can you tell us?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I heard something for the crowd saying something not nice to staff, but I don't know exactly. I didn't see the images, so I'm pretty sure it happened what the people told me. Liverpool FC will take measures about this person. So Liverpool is much greater than this behavior. So nothing will change the admire for this club. Absolutely not. So the same will happen 2-3 days ago when they destroy our bus when we come here. So it's certain people, not just Liverpool FC. So it's always a pleasure to come in this stadium. So it's an honor for this atmosphere, how support the team in our circumstances. And when they score a goal, you are there, and the next 5 minutes you are thinking, oh, we are losing 4-0. So the way they cheer up and the way support the team is great. That's why it's Anfield. So, but the last 2 times we came here, we play especially with a huge personality, and I'm very pleased of that.
Thanks, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, Simon.
That was the thoughts of our manager, Pep Guardiola. A very honest interview, as always, from Pep, especially when he was talking around the yellow card incident or non-yellow card incident with James Milner, which I think would be echoed by all City fans and all honest football fans as well. So, just a final wrap-up from the gents. In terms of the week as a whole, Joleon, we've beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We've drawn with Liverpool at Anfield. Obviously, we had the PSG result sandwiched in between, but how have you made the whole week?
Very good, very positive. Like Pep said, the performances don't possibly echo the score lines. But if we was going to lose one game, I'm okay with us losing the PSG game, because I think we can afford to drop points there, because I still feel we'll go through and we avoid them regardless of where we finish first or second. But in the performances in the league, immense. First half, possibly should have scored, and second half, fair. So, great result.
In terms of the league now, David, Chelsea are top on 16, Liverpool second on 15, and we're third in 14. Obviously, it's only 7 games in, so it's still early days. But we've already played Chelsea and Liverpool away from home, and we remain unbeaten against them. So the confidence must be surging through the team right now.
Absolutely, and like Joleon said, I think of the 3 games, the one that you could afford to lose was the one against PSG. So, as Pep said there, the fact they've come back twice against Liverpool, forget who should have been sent off or whether people have been sent off. You've got to play what you've got to play in front of you. And I think Liverpool, and especially Chelsea, will be concerned about how they've played against Man City in these 2 games. So definitely a positive for City.
Thank you very much, David, for joining me today. Thank you, Joleon. It's always a pleasure to have you both. Thank you all for joining us at home. There's an international break now, but the team and us will be back for the game against Burnley on the 16th of October, when Kel will be joined in the studio by Sean Gota and by Trevor Sinclair. Blues, have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful international break. What a game. Enjoy the highlights. Enjoy the greatest tackle of the century. Enjoy. Bye-bye.